There's a lot of people who want to get their nipples pierced but think they can't because they have inverted nipples. Actually, you probably still can get them pierced. Now, having inverted nipples is actually a fairly common thing to have. Now, this is basically where the nipple is almost getting sucked into the breast or into the skin there. And the reason this happens is those tendons are extra short and tight and they're pulling it in. Most of the time, the nipple will actually protrude and come out once it is aroused. If you can get the nipple out, it is then pierceable. Now, not only are you decorating them, you're also getting a benefit out of this. What I mean by that is when you do the piercing, your body creates a fistula, that tube of scar tissue, and this is almost going to anchor and hold your nipple out. So if you have the piercings long enough and you heal that fistula or that tube of scar tissue, even if you took your piercing out, a lot of times the nipple stays out. Many years ago, when I was piercing in Minnesota, there were several doctors from the Mayo Clinic who were actually sending customers to me to get their nipples pierced instead of performing the nipple correction operation, which would fix the inverted nipples. The way we looked at it was for $100, it's going to fix it most of the time when the operation costing several thousand wasn't nearly as successful. Now, there is a downside. With the tighter tendons pulling the nipple in, there is a high rejection rate, which means the skin can come all the way out, and if it comes all the way out, it can actually split the nipple in half. Now, if you're aware of this and you're paying attention, if it starts rejecting, you can take the piercing out. Now, if you take that piercing out, you have a little bit of that scar tissue and the nipple's out, and you can actually pierce it at a slightly different angle and give it a second chance. Now, don't go in the same spot. That scar tissue is weaker than the normal tissue, so keep this in mind when you're doing the piercing, that it might need to be at a slight angle the second time around. I did say earlier that most people can get this pierced. Now, if you have inverted nipples and you can't get the nipple to ever come out, even with tissue manipulation, then you're actually not pierceable. So if it doesn't come out, you're not a candidate for the piercing. This is one of my favorite situations with piercing where not only are we decorating with jewelry, but we're also improving people's lives and making them feel better about themselves. I love that. So what do you guys think? Let me know in the comments. Now, if you enjoyed my video, make sure you hit that like, make sure you're subscribed, and of course, keep putting holes in your body. See you all in the next video.